Let us begin today's event with the praise of the most merciful and the most benevolent. For that reason, I request the gathering to please rise for Tamil Thai Valt.
நீராறும் கடலுடுத்த நிலமடந்தை கெழிலொழுகும் சீராறும் மதனமென திகழ்பரத கண்டனிதில் எக்கணமும் அதில் சிறந்த திராவிடனல் திருநாடும் தக்க சிறு பிறை முதலும் தரித்தனரும் திலகமுமே திலக வாசனை போல் அனைத்துலகும் இன்பமுற எத்திசையும் புகழ் மணக்க இருந்த பெரும் தமிழனங்கே தமிழனங்கே உன் சீரிழமை திறம்பியந்து செய்ய மறந்து வாழ்த்துதுமே வாழ்த்துதுமே வாழ்த்துதுமே.
Please be seated. A warm welcome is the first sign of hospitality. Words of welcome fill an occasion with warmth and makes one feel that he is meant to be there. I now request our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dr. R. Velraj, to welcome the gathering.
Very good morning. So first I would like to tell what for you have gathered here. You may not be knowing what for you have come, am I right? So I would like to tell about this initiative by our government under Naan Mudhalvan scheme, jointly collaborated with IIT Bombay. So you all aware about our Naan Mudhalvan scheme. Most beneficiaries are Anna University students. Naan Mudhalvan scheme was launched last year. Initially, our students from all campuses, the computer science students, they benefited a course given by IBM. 55,000 students benefited. That was also initiated by our skill development department under the leadership of Ms. Innocent Divya. Then all students of Anna University, at least one course, all the students are taking under this Naan Mudhalvan scheme, and hope it is very useful to get job. Mostly you are doing lot of courses in the engineering curriculum, but in the present scenario, if you see, unless you develop your skill in a particular field, getting job is very difficult. Okay, you are all bright students, you may join anywhere, but many of the students from other affiliated colleges, unless they develop skill in particular area, they find it difficult to get job. That is why this Naan Mudhalvan scheme is initiated, and now imparting lot of skill to our engineering students particularly, also to all students of higher education they are giving. So as a part of this, Naan Mudhalvan joined hands with IIT Bombay, a Mapathan. Recent days you must be hearing lot of hackathon, am I right? Hackathon, this is Mapathan. This Mapathan is for mapping all the locations in our country. IIT has initiated, because everywhere what is available, then you can apply this for various requirements. So in the city, if you take a map of the city, then transportation can be planned properly. Like this, in the agricultural area, if you map during the disaster time, it will be useful. many areas that mapping will be very useful. So total the country to be mapped properly for this nowadays, this remote sensing equipments and all developments in the emerging technologies. So civil engineers, you are all civil engineers. This mapping is mostly relevant to civil engineering, but only with your domain knowledge in the coming years you cannot do anything. You should have knowledge in all the allied field, particularly in the emerging technologies, whatever is emerging that you should learn immediately. So now this IoT concept is there. IoT concept will become powerful when 5G is implemented. When 5G is implemented, IoT will become powerful because number of sensors nowadays, if it is used to 10, in the coming days, with the 5G technologies, for the same requirement, you can sense some thousands of data. Then lot of data available means with that we can do lot of analysis and make lot of decisions. So all these emerging technologies also you should know during your studies. So for which this hackathon, mapathon will be very useful to do anything as a project, and with the teamwork you will get multidisciplinary knowledge. That is why in the recent days this hackathon and mapathon are being conducted in the universities in a big way. So considering the requirement in the mapping area, IIT Bombay is doing it for the entire nation, and now our Naan Mudhalvan under the skill development department joined hands with IIT Bombay and promoting this in a big way for our engineering students of Anna University. So first in this connection I am very happy to welcome 3 professors from IIT. Professor Kannan Modgalya, Professor Pennan Chinnaswamy and Mr. Muhammad Kasim Khan. They are all from IIT Bombay, and you should note that they are all from Tamil Nadu. That is why they have some soft corner to do contribution for the development of Tamil Nadu. So I welcome all the professors from IIT Bombay for this wonderful initiative by our Naan Mudhalvan. And also I welcome Ms. Innocent Divya, who have been doing lot of projects for the development of not only these courses, your placement service, internship, for everything this is there in the Naan Mudhalvan scheme. So you can, I think whether you are using this Naan Mudhalvan portal in a big way or not, you should see the Naan Mudhalvan portal, what are all the other opportunities available by the skill development department, and it's all initiative by Ms. Innocent Divya, guided by Mr. Udaya Chandran, Special Secretary to Chief Minister. So I should thank this occasion to thank our Mr. Udaya Chandran also, and who is executing, Mr. Innocent Divya, who is executing in a big way. Welcome, madam. And I welcome Dr. M. Jayaprakashan, CEO Naan Mudhalvan, who recently some 3 months ago, who joined from the central government to give fuel to this Naan Mudhalvan scheme. Now he is doing lot of, it is a massive upskilling now he is doing. I welcome sir, and all the administrators from Naan Mudhalvan scheme, they are here. I welcome all these people who are going to help this, and you are going to hear from these professors from IIT Bombay what is about this mapathon. How you can participate in this mapathon and you can enrich your knowledge through this. Mostly the civil students integrated with the latest emerging technologies, you can execute this project, and by doing some case studies only you can enrich your knowledge. Some projects, this mapathon, I think it will be some 6 months project something. So they will be identifying some students, and that from that students they will identify some groups to give internship at the IIT Bombay. Then job opportunities are also given to the successful students at IIT Tirupati. This scheme, I do not know about the exact procedure. They will explain about this. I welcome all the faculty members from Civil Department, HOD Civil Engineering, and other faculty members and students for this wonderful initiative. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. To enlighten us more about Mapathan, I now request Professor Naan Mudhalvan to address the gathering.
Vanakkam. I want to first thank Tamil Nadu government, Ms. Innocent Divya, Dr. Velraj, Vice Chancellor, Anna University, for giving me this opportunity. நான் படிச்சதெல்லாம் நாமக்கல், கவர்மெண்ட் ஹை ஸ்கூல் நாமக்கல் சவுத். படிச்சதெல்லாம் தமிழ் மீடியம் தான். ஸோ இன்ஃபேக்ட் that's one of the reasons why I am very passionate about the work that we are doing. What I will do is, I will talk about the background to our projects, and Professor Pennan will talk about Mapathan. Okay, that's the way we have divided the work. We have two projects. One is called Spoken Tutorial. Has anybody heard of Spoken Tutorial here? Okay, so we'll make it available. Spoken Tutorial was started in 2009 by MHRD through the National Mission on Education through ICT. It's a 10-minute long audio-video tutorial created for self-learning, dubbed into all Indian languages. So we have about 700 tutorials already dubbed into Tamil. Video will be in English, but spoken part is in Tamil. So which means that it will be accessible even to Tamil medium schools, for example, right? Even those students. But they will not lose the employment opportunity because the video is in English. So they can use normal computer, normal keyboard. TCS will not even know in what language that person is thinking, so long as they produce a working code in English, right? It is usable offline, and we make them only on open source software. It's an amazing software, QGIS, which you will use in Mapathan, for example. Amazing software, Scilab, which is a great alternative to MATLAB. So all these can be used for state level, national level training without spending any money on the software. It was extremely useful during the COVID days, when it was difficult to get access to license key, when students were accessing from outside, from their homes, because the license servers were overloaded. License servers didn't work, so people could not access that. But people used our software because we promote open source software. So we trained 70 lakh students in the last 10 years in about 5,000 colleges. Maximum number of students trained is from Tamil Nadu. Okay? I would say about more than 10 lakh students got trained in Tamil Nadu alone. And in fact, recently we even conducted training program for prisoners in Nasik Central Prison. In fact, the Additional Director General Police, Maharashtra Prisons, Maharashtra government has invited to extend it to all the 45 prisons in Maharashtra. So we in fact visited, and the prisoners were extremely happy that they have a life after the prison when they go back. After all, it's a place where they get correction, and it will be good to give them life. So that is Spoken Tutorial. It is to provide training at the base level to almost everybody, that we want to educate everybody. The second project that I want to talk about is called Fossee, free and open source software for education. Okay, that is to take people to higher level. In that we train students to create. It is different from something like, let's say, Swayam, NPTEL and so on, where professors from leading colleges create content for other people. In Fossee, what we do is we train students to the level in which they can contribute. Students can create. In fact, we have created more than 1 lakh examples coded in Scilab by 1,000 students across the country. It has become a valuable resource for the whole world. That is, we raise the level of our students to the level that they themselves can contribute, which is fantastic, right? They are not just listening, they are just not learning, they are actually contributing, right? So QGI is one of the software. It is useful for mapping and so on. Let me just briefly list all the topics that we have so that it is useful for other people also. eSIM is for electronic circuit design. DWSIM for chemical process simulation. FreeCAD is an alternative to AutoCAD, for example. OpenFOAM is an amazing computational fluid dynamics software. OpenModelica is a modeling and simulation platform. Scilab already told you. Python is an amazing software for AI/ML. It is also a glue software using which you can put together various software to build new software packages. R is an amazing alternative to SPSS. It's a statistical software. It is also used in AI/ML. And then we have Arduino on cloud. The Honorable Vice Chancellor talked about IoT and so on. So Arduino is an amazing software, amazing hardware, open source. We have it on cloud. That means students without the hardware can also learn. It can be given to school children also, because we have spoken tutorials on that, which will be available in Tamil. Then we have OSDAG, steel structure design, developed by a professor at IIT Bombay. So the idea is that we can train students to the level that they can be placed anywhere in the world. I think that's a very important thing, and I believe that it is possible through Naan Mudhalvan scheme of Tamil Nadu. It will become a munnodi for the whole country, because Dr. Jayaprakasan was showing certain things where the secretary was talking about skills secretary and then higher education secretary. They were talking about Naan Mudhalvan scheme being extended throughout the country, that it will become an example for the whole country. So I'm really delighted to be here. I'm really delighted to be a part of this, and hopefully we can do a lot of nice things. So I wish you all the best. I would encourage everybody to participate in this Mapathan, which will be explained by my colleague, Professor Pennan Chinnaswamy. Thank you. Vanakkam.
Thank you, sir. To tell us more about Mapathan, I now call upon Professor Pennan Chinnaswamy, Assistant Professor, Co-Principal Investigator and PIC of Rural Data Research and Analysis Lab of IIT Bombay.
வணக்கம் எல்லாத்துக்கும். Good morning. So thanks Professor so very good morning to all the dignitaries on the panel, and thanks for inviting us from all the way from IIT Bombay. So I would like to give a short story about why this Mapathon came. So Mapathon is like, it's like mapping, right? You have a map, it's very interactive, it is your personalized story, but more important, it is used for disaster management and stuff. For example, when the Chennai floods hit and Kerala floods hit, we had to wait for satellite data from NASA and US to give us where are the hot spots, right? So why do we have to wait so long is because the software is expensive. The data is already open source. Our ISRO's data is open source, NASA data is open source. Why don't we have the capacity to map? So that was the first question that we started with. And we have so many brilliant, talented students, especially Anna University is known, being a Chennai boy, I know how, the league of Anna University is really top. But why these maps didn't come was the first hint that we had in Bombay. And this is what gave birth to the Mapathon idea. So software is free. If you have any data that you want to map. For example, everyone uses Google Map, Uber, Ola, Zomato, everything. Everything is based on geospatial location. It has a map, it has an attribute, a location of a particular body. Let's say water, hotel, Anna University campus, etc. But these maps need to be updated, and no one is updating it. Why? Because there is a static map. Even we still use the British map on the papers if you go to the Geological Survey. So this is a massive movement we are trying to create from Mapathon. Normally you collect data from top-down approach. The government collects data and stores it in a repository, and it trickles down to the citizen people and all those who are using it. What we are trying to do is, we are creating capacity by open source software. For example, the open source software budget, just 2 days ago I was reading, is around 60,000 crores per year for India. 60,000 crores we're using for proprietary softwares. Think about how much we can save by just converting to open source software that Professor Kannan was telling about in the Fossee network. So in that Fossee, QGIS only looks at these mapping events. And as I said, there is all disciplines can participate. The first Mapathon we had in 2020 had 9,000 participants, starting from 10th standard school student to retired judges. All they were doing is using these kind of software and then mapping very, very intriguing questions that they had. One student wanted honey, so they were mapping the honeybee locations in their village, where honeybee is located, and then map. So the starting is data. The starting is a map, putting it on a colorful, creative map, and then the solutions come out. Very, very intrigue event is the disasters that we have, like we have climate change, rainfall, everything. When we have a warning about rainfall, we know that rainfall is not going to happen. That is the case of every city. But if the locals give data, on a map, then it is useful. The second aspect of this is you create ownership. If I create data, I own the data, I know how much water, how much land I have, and I can manage it. So a student from Sastra did mapping of Tirunelveli district and the land use land cover, how the land use has changed from agriculture to urban, which is kind of putting more stress on the farmers. So the idea about Mapathon is, we want you to take part, you to be creative of any topic. Medicine, you need to know where the hospitals are, where are the ICU beds during COVID, where is the oxygen supply, etc. So all these are put on a dashboard, which is a map, and then you take decisions. So the steps, Kasim will, the project manager Kasim will talk about how we select winners. But the steps is very simple. We give problem statements, and you can bring your own problems, and then you will learn the software with us over a period of 1 month. So we have tutorials for you. Please learn it through an interactive software called Spoken Tutorials Dashboard. And then you create maps and give it to us. Once a map is on, everyone can access it. Even a government officer can access the maps, because IIT Bombay servers, we post the maps. And it serves also as a certification for you. It is amazing to see that even people have been hired based on the maps they created. We don't take ownership of the map. We leave it to the students who are creating it. We just host them. We train them, we host them. So following up, Mr. Kasim will talk about how we declare the winners. So the problem statements we give, you can pick a problem statement of your own. You work on the map for a month, you submit the maps, and then we get the output. Data is always not satellite data. You can also collect data. Everyone has a smartphone, and all you need is a smartphone to collect data. Collect the data, put it on a map, and then submit it. So this is also needed, because at that level we don't have data. Not only us, any country does not have level like village granularity data. So this is our aim, and hope all of us can participate and make these maps very, very updated, and more important, solution to a lot of problems. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I now request Mr. Mohammed Qasim Khan, Project Manager, National Mission on Education through ICT, IIT Bombay, to address the gathering.
Good morning, everyone. So first of all, I would like to thank Government of Tamil Nadu, the Naan Mudhalvan scheme, for giving us this opportunity. Viraj, the Vice Chancellor of Anna University, for making this happen. Yeah. Ms. Innocent Divya, the of IIT Bombay Fossee Mapathan. So Professor Kannan had briefed about the spoken tutorial program, where we are giving opportunity to all of you to learn a software which is required for open source based software which is required for creating maps, that is QGIS. Fossee, a project which is conducting this mapathon, and in fact as Professor Pennan had pointed out, this is the third national level edition of the geospatial mapping activity that IIT Bombay is leading. So this is a very special moment for all of us. Ennoda sonda ooru Madura. Professor Kannan is from Namakkal, Professor Pennan is from Chennai, and in fact it is very closer to our heart. And எங்களுக்கு ரொம்ப சந்தோஷம் தமிழ்நாட்டில் இருக்கிற எல்லா ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸுக்கும் இந்த வாய்ப்பை வந்து ஏற்படுத்தி கொடுக்கறதுல. So I'll brief with very minute detail of how this activity will happen. So Mapathon is a map making activity. Through Mapathon, from IIT Bombay, through Tamil Nadu Skill Development Corporation, Naan Mudhalvan scheme, we will give you the resources of where you can download the satellite data or what exact data that you have to use for creating maps, number one. After collecting the maps, and in fact the base layer is that you need to know how to create maps, and for that we have self-explanatory, self-paced audio video tutorials called spoken tutorial, through which you can learn, understand and create maps by yourself. So this is the base criteria. We will provide you the resources for creating maps and also the knowledge content using which you can learn how to create maps. This is the base one. And before creating any map, you need to have a problem statement defined. For example, Chennai floods vandadu 2015 varsham, that is one criteria. Or you can select a particular geography, figure out which particular problem statement that you want to work on. Just in case if you have any doubt in terms of shortlisting the study area or problem area or arriving at a problem statement, from IIT Bombay we will handhold and guide you through 2 or 3 orientation sessions. Either we will get connected online or through hybrid mode. Okay, so Mapathon is the base part of the entire activity, and the actual vision is to go up to job and employment. So through Mapathon, we will create a even playing ground for all students, not only from Anna University, not only from the constituent colleges of Anna University, but all engineering colleges in the state of Tamil Nadu. தமிழ்நாட்டில் இருக்கக்கூடிய எல்லா இன்ஜினியரிங் காலேஜஸில் இருக்கக்கூடிய ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸுக்கும் இந்த வாய்ப்பு வந்து இந்த இனாகிரேஷன் வழியாக we are making it available, and again we are thankful to Government of Tamil Nadu, the Naan Mudhalvan scheme, for making this available. Mapathon is a national level geospatial activity where every one of you will compete. The next level to Mapathon is something like we are discussing with the officials to conduct case study, dedicated case study, where you will again create maps but collecting genuine data. So this is a sequential process. So Mapathon is one. After Mapathon there is case study, and above case study we have internship from IIT Bombay, and in fact this internship, GIS based internship, will be jointly provided to you by the Fossee project of IIT Bombay in association with IIT Tirupati. And most of you, when you win a chance to participate in this internship, you will be given access to IIT Tirupati resources, and in fact the team from IIT Bombay, we will be guiding you rightly from where we are, from our campus. And finally we have something called summer school, where the shortlisted students, through Mapathon, through case study, through the internship, very limited of you will get access to participate in summer school, which we will conduct either at IIT Bombay or at IIT Tirupati, where you will interact directly with companies like Google Earth Engine team, Microsoft Azure platform, whichever company is having a major role in terms of mapping, or whoever has the mapping interface. So this is a wholesome activity. Over and above, we also intend to conduct a job fair for students who actually know the techniques to create maps, in short the GIS skills. There are a lot of things to come. We have customized a timeline for the state of Tamil Nadu, where students, you will be given enough opportunity to register, to get on board, for practicing and for submission. So all details will follow. We will send it through proper channel to all of you. And in case if you have any query, please feel free to contact us. We will make all the details available to you in due course of time. Once again, we would like to thank Government of Tamil Nadu, the Naan Mudhalvan scheme, Anna University, the administrators here for making this program happen. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Now it's time to release the poster of Fossee Mapathan Tamil Nadu 2023. I request Ms. J. Innocent Divya, IAS Managing Director, TNSDC, Ms. R. Lalita, IAS Commissioner of Technical Education, and Dr. M. Jayaprakasan, ISDS, CEO of Naan Mudhalvan, to release the poster of Tamil Nadu Mapathan, an initiative of IIT Bombay in collaboration with Naan Mudhalvan. I request the other dignitaries to join them as well. Thank you. The reward of a thing well done is having done it. However, we would be falling short of our duty if we do not recognize a thing well done and encourage it. May I now request Dr. D. Thirumalai Vasan, Director of Institute of Remote Sensing, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Very good morning, students, and I would like to thank the organizers for giving me this wonderful opportunity to propose vote of thanks. But prior to that, please do understand, gone are the days where we see satellite images only during news from a weather satellite. INSAT 1A, 1B, எங்க cloud இருக்கு, மழை பெய்யுமா பெய்யாதா, இதை தான் பார்த்துட்டு இருந்தோம். And satellite data you need to buy. But today, as everyone has spoken, you can have the satellite image in your mobile phones, in your laptops. For the entire globe, satellite data is free. There are freely available platforms where you can download 10-meter resolution satellite data, and OpenStreetMaps are there. Maps are available, and you have a lot of thematic information available across various platforms, provided free of cost. And as other professors have pointed out, a lot of free open software. You don't, for example, when we were students, access to software itself was an issue. The software was so costly, and of course now only it has become modular. Those days it's a single black box, a exe file is given, and you need a license key, and you need to pay huge money, and only academic institutes and companies, institutions can have access to such software. But today, as long as you have an internet connection, as long as you have a laptop, you have everything with you. Access to data is so easy and so freely available. Then what is missing is the skill set to use such data. That is what I think the professors and the group from IIT and the Naan Mudhalvan scheme promote. The flagship program of Tamil Nadu government has provided the perfect platform to develop the skill sets, to enable and to empower even a student who is from a remote corner of a village can access the satellite data, can map using the satellite data, can have access to the GIS software, and to empower them in their future career. For example, like what maps have to do with civil engineers, probably this could be thronging your mind. For example, as a civil engineer, professors, they teach you about building plans, how to draw a building plan. This is about a single structure. Map is nothing but you see a larger area, you map all the features at a different scale. For example, as a civil engineer, you will not be only constructing a building, you will also be handling projects like, for example, if you take a thermal power plant project, it takes almost 4 to 5 years to start and to commission. And to monitor the progress of this project, you need maps. And for geofencing, there are a lot of examples in construction industry, in civil engineering domain, where we can talk about how GIS and how mapping can be useful. So this is a wonderful opportunity for all the students in every nook and corner of the state to get empowered by the use of maps and to possess the skill sets that is desired by the industry. So I take this opportunity to thank our Honorable Vice Chancellor. Under his leadership, lot of initiatives have been taken up in revamping the academic curriculum. I think he is the first Vice Chancellor to introduce the concept of verticals. For example, like a civil engineer who would like to specialize in water resources or environmental engineering, then the opportunity should be given. Earlier, those options were not there. Like we had few options like open electives where I can choose some subjects. That is very limited. But today, a person can, even at undergraduate level, can specialize in a particular domain within the civil engineering. Similarly, within mechanical engineering. Even in geoinformatics, we have introduced 7 verticals. These things were not possible 10 months back or 1 year back. So we have recently introduced in all the affiliated colleges, revamping the complete curriculum under the Naan Mudhalvan scheme. And this is going to benefit the entire student community in a very big way, wherein you focus your energy in a completely focused, narrow area of subjects. And then you call yourself that you have enough skill sets to contribute to the industry in that domain. So I would like to place on record my sincere thanks to our Honorable Vice Chancellor and the professors, Naan Mudhalvan and Professor Pennan Chinnaswamy, having come all the way from IIT Bombay to help the students in the state of Tamil Nadu. And we are one of the states, we have a large number of engineering colleges, and we have a lot of civil engineering courses being offered in all these engineering colleges. And thank you, sir, for exposing our students to this level so that they are desired by the industry. And remember, normally when somebody talks about internship, they stop with internship. So here, this Mapathan, they have sequel of events. Like they start with Mapathan, then they talked about case study, then they talked about getting an internship at IIT Mumbai. How many students can aspire to get an internship in IIT Mumbai by studying in a rural engineering college? So that's not going to happen. Now, the opportunity is knocking at you. So it is up to us to grab this opportunity with both hands and to make use of this opportunity. Thank you very much for the IIT Bombay team. And of course, a lot of things can happen in a day, they say, but a lot of things can happen over 12 hours also. I was drafted into this only last evening by 5 o'clock, and I am here before you. And in fact, our Vice Chancellor was asking me, what is this? Sir, even I am as blank as you. So just you called me, I came into your chamber, and we came to know many things, like about the initiatives taken by the government and Naan Mudhalvan team. Madam, you are doing a fantastic job. Of course, this is the first time meeting you, but I have heard through our Vice Chancellor and our other professors. And it's a great job in terms of creating an opportunity, creating a platform where students get employed. So this is not an easy task, because on one hand, you need to create opportunities in the industry. On the other hand, you should produce a desirable market. So when both these gets matched, then probably more and more employment opportunities will come. Probably like one suggestion, madam, like On one hand, we are improving the skill sets of the students. On the other hand, under the Naan Mudhalvan scheme, we also see that we put enough driving mechanism. For example, like the number of jobs available this year and the number of jobs available next year, based on the market size that we have among students, when that matchmaking takes place, then probably Tamil Nadu will be the leading state in making all the engineering graduates employed. And of course, as others have pointed out, the colleges in city, they have a lot of opportunities to get employed, but we are also concerned about, as an affiliating university, we are also concerned about a college in a rural corner of Tirunelveli and Kanyakumari, and also the colleges in Chennai. So I would like to thank you, the entire Naan Mudhalvan team, and the Commissioner of Technical Education, and of course they take care of the admissions, and they know the status, like how many students are there in how many branches, how many are there, and under Naan Mudhalvan scheme, it's not only about civil engineering, they take care of all engineering domains for the students to get employed in leading companies and in the industries. So once again, I would like to thank Dr. M. Jayaprakashan, and I was told that he has recently joined. Hope he will be the driving force behind making all the dreams of the government to become true. Thank you once again for this opportunity, and with a request, kindly make use of this opportunity to empower yourself. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for your time and patience. We appreciate your valuable time and presence. Additionally, I would like to thank our guests for giving their valuable time today. I now request the gathering to please rise for the national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल गंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Thank you everyone for coming. Have a nice day.